れでとどめよスプラッシュライブ
Hi Knights, Kwangsu here, and welcome to another episode of the Should You Pull series. Today, we will be discussing whether you should pull for Kaya. As always, we will be doing an in-depth review of her kit, rating her in the various game modes, recommending whether to pull, and detailing how to build her upon her release. If you want to get some advice on whether to pull for Princess Connect banners, then subscribe. I post for every single new character banner, so make sure to click that subscribe button and notification bell. If this video ends up helping you out with your decision to pull, make sure to hit the like button as well. Anyways, onto the video. Kaya is a physical attacker. Positioned in the front line, she has a unique mechanic on her Union Burst, where if it's the first time she is using it that wave, it deals otherworldly damage. Otherwise, she's basically Kaori, possessing strong single target damage and buffs to her own physical attack and crit rate. Possessing only damage and no utility, immediate comparisons come to mind in characters such as Christina and Mimi. I can say for sure that Kaya does not hold a candle to them in terms of raw damage. That being said, she has a really cool design, kinda like a punk Cruella, and her VA plays Sakura Otome in Licorice Recoil. Kaya is a permanent character, which means after her release banner, she will be added to the gacha pool and will be available on all following banners. This is something to keep in mind if you are budgeting for other units down the line, such as New York Carol, as you could potentially pull Kaya on your future pulls. Note, skill names are translated from the Japanese version of the game. It is possible that the names of her skills may be different upon her release in the English version of the game. Kaya's Union Burst is Dragon's End Fist. On the first cast during the wave, this deals 120 times 1 plus skill level plus 9.6 times physical attack to the nearest enemy. Otherwise, this deals 140 times 1 plus skill level plus 4 times physical attack to the nearest enemy. Kaya's skill 1 is Dragonic Smash. This deals 20 times 1 plus skill level plus 1.8 times physical attack to the nearest enemy. Kaya's skill 2 is Dragon Rise Stance. This raises the physical attack of self by 20 times 1 plus skill level and physical crit rate by 100 for 12 seconds. Finally, Kaya's EX skill is Blaze Up Dragon. If unit is not 5 stars, raise the physical attack of self by 15 plus 15 times skill level. If unit is 5 stars, raise the physical attack of self by 240 plus 15 times skill level. For her loop pattern, her initial pattern is Skill 2, Skill 1, Skill 1, Skill 2, Auto, Skill 1, and Skill 2. Her loop pattern is Skill 1, Auto, Skill 2, Auto, Skill 1, Auto, Auto, Skill 2, Auto. Kaya's initial pattern means she will buff her own physical crit and attack immediately before performing her Skill 1 twice in a row, dealing lots of single target damage. After that, her loop pattern means she should almost have 100% uptime on her Skill 2 buff. So, to summarize Kaya, Union Burst does about 2.6 times more damage, or 5.2 times more damage on crit on its first cast during a wave, then does its normal amount of damage on following casts. Her skill 1 does decent single target damage to the nearest enemy. Her skill 2 buffs her physical crit by a flat 100 points. Fun fact, your actual crit rate percentage is determined by 2 formulas. First, this formula, and second, your level and the level of the enemy that you are hitting. Assuming that your level is the same as your enemy, you would get a 5% higher chance to crit from her skill 2. Overall, I would say she is a very simple character with a gimmick on her Union Burst that doesn't really have any practical use in the game at this time. She does a lot of single target damage to the nearest enemy, but doesn't do enough to make her stand out against her physical attack brethren such as Christina or Mimi. For main quests, Kaya is okay. She is a fragile frontline attacker, so oftentimes she will struggle to survive against main quest bosses. She can make clearing stages a little faster as she does more damage than most characters at the beginning of the wave. Therefore, I rate her a 4 out of 10 for main quest. For Tower of Luna, Kaya is not good. She does not offer any armor shred in her kit, and against the higher level bosses in Tower of Luna, even with her crit chance buff, she won't be critting anyway. Being a fragile frontline attacker is even more of a detriment here, and she has to compete for spots in your main clearing team that belong to Makoto, Christina, and Mimi, all of which outclass Kaya. Therefore, I rate her a 1 out of 10 for Tower of Luna. For Clan Battle, Kaya can see some use in that there was a unique mechanic called Overflow, in which if you overkill a boss by a certain amount of damage, you'll get some time back on your attempt. However, you'll be locked to that team on the following extra attempt that you have earned. This will later be changed so that you can switch to other characters that you possess. Therefore, if you only get like 30 to 45 seconds of overflow, you could put Kaya in your team and do a lot more damage in that 30 to 45 second window than what other characters could pump out in that time. That being said, this is extremely niche, and doesn't matter to top clans anyway, since they usually optimize boss kills in a way that players earn the full minute 30 back from their attempt. Credit to Chocolate for this information, and his YouTube channel will be in the description below, along with his priconne gear and star recommendation spreadsheet. I highly recommend checking it out, as it gets updated almost immediately following equipment releases. Anyway, therefore I rate her a 5 out of 10 for Clan Battle. For Arena, Kaya is terrible! She's terrible! She's a squishy frontline attacker, and guess what happens to those guys in Arena? She only hits the frontmost enemy as well, so it's not like she can act as a stall breaker either. Therefore, I rate her a 1 out of 10 for Arena. So, should you— No! She is terrible! Terrible, I say! Were the ratings not enough to convince you, bro? Bro, like, what? What do I have to do to convince— Okay, real talk though, it's a shame her kit is so terrible, as I think her design and voiceover work is top notch, and she has a sick Union Burst animation. But yeah, I 100% do not recommend you pull on this banner. Even if she's your waifu, I still think you shouldn't pull because she's permanent, and you'll probably just get her down the line. Why are you still here? You're not even going to be able to build her since you won't be pulling her. Well, I guess if you're still watching, that means you pulled her. I told you not to. I told you not! Kaya is best used at 5 stars. While her Union Burst is a big focal point in her kit, she still does more damage in general at higher stars. At the time of her release, Kaya is best used at rank 15-4 as it gives the best offensive stats for physical units without losing out on the TP boost stat. In terms of Kaya's levels, her skills scale directly off her skill levels, so she should be maxed out in terms of both level and skill levels. Kaya's bond stories give her an extra 310 physical attack and 10 physical crit, so you should 100% read her bond stories. These stats will also be applied to other versions of Kaya as well. Thanks for watching. Please like if this video helped you out, and subscribe for more guides and in-depth analysis videos on Princess Connect Redive. Comment below if you have any thoughts concerning Kaya, and let me know when you've managed to pull her from the gacha. Also, my community Discord is up and running, so feel free to join us at Cloxy Gamers. See you guys next time in 2 weeks, where the holidays come early with a +3 TP boost.
立ちはだかる奴は全員ぶん殴る。喧嘩屋の俺様が徹底的にぶん殴れ。
Secret video section time! Drop a Dragon's End fist in the comments below if you reach this part of the video.